with us, Michael and Dimitri. They know a lot about the ingredients, they know how we made it, and they know the secret of successful bar in not only. We start from the simple question: how you become a bartender?
It was an accident for me. I was looking for a summer job when I was studying, and then I started in a nightclub back home in Sofia in Bulgaria, and it's like almost 30 years later, I'm still in the business.
Me, basically, I have a technical background, so at a certain point in my life in Belgium, I was tired of doing hard labor, hard work, and I've always been passionate about traveling. Been traveling since a little kid. My grandparent and my dad were in avionics, so I found a way, like, how can I travel and sustain myself? How can I pay for my travels? So I decided to do a bartending school in London, and then I was planning to start traveling straight after this bartending school, and 5 years later, I'm still in London.
A lot of time I heard the answer for this question. That's someone looking for the part job. What's your minds about it? Why it's happened like that?
I mean, I think when you're young, it's kind of easy to get hooked up to something and get inspired, or like you want to learn more about it. Like really good challenge as a job. So slowly, I started to progress in at work and like changing positions and get more experience. And obviously, when going to London, it's a different crowd, different like approach of to the business. So it's kind of more challenging, and you have a lot more to learn. So you get more and more involved.
With me, why I stayed in bartending, why I found it, because for me it was the perfect balance between hard work and ethic, and also being creative. So that's basically it with me. I found the perfect balance. I go home, I feel tired. I have the feeling that I worked really hard that day rather than sitting behind a computer for 12 hours. But at the same time, I'm able to develop myself creatively. So for me, it was the perfect job.
Does it have some difficult moments in your career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, difficult moments. It's kind of difficult at the same time. Like a sweet moment for me. It's like when you take a new position or new job. It's a bit scary, but at the same time you're motivated and you want to learn and to kind of catch up with the rest and just become even better. So that's me.
With me, I think 90% of my life is difficulties, but I think this is not just me. I think this is just in general life. Life is difficult. Life is a struggle, but it's that 10% that makes it worth going for and making life the beautiful thing that it actually is.
Does it hard to work in Дринкс Factory?
Yes and no. Like it was hard in the beginning, and then started to get slightly easier because you learn a lot more than you had your knowledge before. So either like normal daily routine becomes easier because you improve yourself all the time. But on top of that, you have basically new things to learn every single day. So it's kind of a constant circle of like catching up and then like a new project coming in. So you have something new basically all the time.
For me, I wouldn't say hard, because every time you hit the wall and you think your life is hard, or you're like, oh my god, I'm pushing and this is too much, I go out and I see Westminster Council, I see the 50-year-old guy picking up papers to pay the bills, I see the garbage man at 3 in the morning throwing the bags, and that just keeps me going forward and saying, like, I'm here creating drinks, I'm making people happy, I'm creating a reality that people want to escape and want to go into. So is my job hard? I don't think so.
That's really nice answer about this. You create new world. It's like to escape. That's really cool. What the secret behind the success of Termini? For me, it was like always being questioned.
Who should answer that? You or me?
Well, I think you have like 2 points of view because Michael is like this person who's behind the bar or like serving a guest at the table. He's actually physically there and like he's part of Termini. My job is a bit kind of behind the scene, so my job is to make sure this drink is consistent every single time. So basically, he can serve a great product every single time, which is not just a liquid. We have all these parts of like the service itself, the way he approached the customer, like all these like small details, which like create the whole experience of actually.
Okay, we now heard about the back bar, backside of the bar.
For me, it's a combination. So at the moment, like my time in Termini is finished, so I don't want to take the credit anymore for the bar how it's running now. But in my time there, it's three factors in my opinion. First of all, it's the creativity and Tony being brilliant in making a concept that already exists everywhere in the world and just taking it to the next level. And then another person I would really like to say thank you to is Robin Kolek, which was my general manager in Termini, who taught me all the aspects of service. And then the third one was the team, because I never worked in an environment where everyone wanted to achieve perfection. And I hope I will go into other jobs like this as well, but I think after Termini it will be very difficult to reach it. I will always try and strive for it, but to find that amount of people pushing so hard for perfection, I think it's quite unique in this industry.
Host, a lot of the bartenders now are talking a lot about hospitality. But what is the hospitality like?
About Termini?
Yeah, maybe Dimmy wants to add something first.
Hospitality. I mean, I've worked in different venues, even working back home in Bulgaria and working in London. And people are different. Your guests are different. You're like, I don't like saying customers. I like to say guests because they come to your place where you spend so many hours, and giving everything from yourself to this place. So people are different. People are either nice or some of them are difficult, which is normal because people are different. But I think hospitality is like just to give something from yourself to these people, so they can see actually you care about what you're doing. If they see this, I think they will have enjoyment in the whole experience.
For me, I will repeat something that I said already before. Like for me, hospitality is basically creating a reality that the guest is looking for. So for me, hospitality starts with a guest trying to escape his daily routine, trying to escape his daily reality. But I think hospitality at the moment is overanalyzed. And I think hospitality starts with the basic thing of lifting your head when someone comes in, greeting them, making them feel immediately welcome, serving them the perfect glass of cold water, serving them the perfect coffee with not even a stain on the cup. Like all these little small details, which all combined make a guest feel at home. For me, that's hospitality, making someone feel at home, making someone feel that like they're at a friend's place. Everyone enjoys meeting up with friends, cooking together, drinking wine, having lovely conversations. And if you can create this atmosphere outside of home in a bar, I believe you created hospitality.
And how hard was to make decision to leave Termini for you?
For me, it was absolutely horrible. I'm gonna be honest. Like I even shed some tears for this. But the thing was that I had an opportunity that was given to me by Tony to open another venue for him and go into a completely different style of service. So for me, it's never a failure, always a lesson. And to this day, I'm thankful to Drink Factory that they put so much faith in me to give me the opportunity to open different venues. But at a certain point, you just need to move forward.
And in your opinion, what the most important tool for bartender?
It's not really a tool, but it's I think caring about it just in general.
That's cool. And Michael,
I think the most important tool is your personality, because being behind the bar, for me, it gave me all the life lessons I needed. We are looked down on by a lot of people from outside. I think everyone in his career got asked, so what are you studying, or what is your job on the side? But what people don't realize is that we serve drinks, we see people at their best and we see people at their worst. And we're actually also psychologists, because people come to us with their best memories, but also their worst. And you need to learn how to deal with it. And you didn't do any university, while other people studied 5 years to know how to handle these situations. So yeah.
you travel a lot above, and what's the best place for you?
After home, I think best place which I've been to probably is Moscow so far.
With me, and every place I go, different experience. Hospitality wise, I think Russia and Greece.
Greece is cool. Okay, in my case, my bed is the best place ever. uh, how about your motivation? What motivates you? Like, where you get energy, inspiration?
Me personally, in my job, obviously as a normal person, you have ups and downs, and when you're down, you kind of try to to get up, and it's kind of the like willing of learning something extra, something more. Just like to put yourself in your like not comfort zone, um, which is usually not something which you don't want to do. What kind of gives you like more space and kind of bigger picture of what you can do and what you can achieve.
With me, it's very simple. I want to make my mother and my grandmother proud.
Some tips for young bartenders. Okay, you can start.
If there's time for leaning, there's time for cleaning, and pick up a fucking glass before you start making drinks.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll stay the same.
That's cool answer. Yeah, we can go forward with this. Gin or vodka?
Vodka.
Difficult. I think with me it's gin.
Cocktail or beer?
Cocktail.
Cocktail.
Knowledge or money?
Both.
For me, knowledge is power, power is money. So both of them as well.
Black caviar or black pudding?
Is it black pudding the English black pudding?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, black caviar.
Caviar all the way.
Okay, the Moscow is the best. The black caviar is liked. Dimitri Go is a vodka. We try to change the mind of Michael. Thank you so much for your brilliant answer. It was a joy to hear this.